If it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Detroit Lions and the Miami Dolphins. Coming up next.
Just about 8 miles inland from the warm waters of the Atlantic, we are inside Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Good to be in the booth with Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Greg, this is a passing league. You know that from your days. It's evolved even more into a game in the air. And boy, do we have a couple of quarterbacks who know all about moving their team via the pass.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see this ball thrown early and often throughout the game. And anyone who loves offensive football, this is certainly a treat. And you said it, Mike. This league has turned more and more with each passing season into a passing league. If you can't throw, if you can't generate points through the air and explosive plays, it is going to be very difficult to compete and win week in and week out in today's modern NFL.
Here is the Spring League star, Jake Bates, set to get this one going. And off we go from South Florida. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. The Miami offense will make their way onto the field, led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Tua Tagovailoa.
One of the few southpaws we have playing quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and while he doesn't have one of the strongest arms, he makes up for it with great anticipation and pinpoint accuracy. So what it does, it allows him to throw very catchable balls. A lot of his receivers do a lot of the damage after the catch, and only time's going to tell how this one plays out. But when he's on his game, they're due for a lot of points.
Hill brought in motion. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. A shotgun snap for Tua. The tight end, Jonnu Smith, secures it. And it'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. When they called that sweep, Mike, obviously they're thinking, let's pick up the first down. They didn't quite get to the chains, but I think they're going to be pretty happy with that gain.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. That one brought in by Berrios.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Opening carry of the game for the speedster, Devon Achane. And he shows off a little footwork, winding his way for a run of 8.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Tua gonna throw. A throw there on 2nd down, gonna be incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
They'll try and run it here. It's Achane. And he's brought down at the 17, but that's going to be good enough. A first down picked up on the ground.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. In motion, it's Waddle. Fake the handoff. Now, Tua. He's going to run it. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
They'll motion the tight end, Smith. From the gun, here's Tua. That's caught by Smith on the right side. Play 10 of this opening drive. And here's 3rd down. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. Tua gonna throw here on 3rd and 1. And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Jonnu Smith, touchdown Miami. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Jason Sanders on for the point after. He's got it. And the Dolphins will take a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. So that Detroit offense taking the field for the first time. Number 1 overall pick in 2016 leads him out, Greg. It's quarterback Jared Goff.
You see Jared Goff now taking the field, and he's coming off one of the best seasons of his career, and he's certainly quieted a lot of skeptics around the league, Mike, and leading this Lions team to the NFC Championship just a season ago. He has his eyes set on taking that next step, and a strong performance here certainly help him achieve that goal.
Right to the air, here's Goff. Quick slant, caught by St. Brown. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards, and that leads to 3rd down. From the gun, it's Goff. That's into the hands of the receiver, Patrick. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. Plenty of room after that catch. Big gainer of 23. 1 quarter in the books. It's the Dolphins with the early lead. And we're back to South Florida after this. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. They'll go play action. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. It's picked up by the Dolphins. In the pocket, looking to throw the ball, but the defense was looking right at the ball. They knock it away and come up with the turnover.
Mike, we see so often a quarterback is so focused, keeping his eyes down the field, looking for one of his receivers to work himself free, that they lose track of where the defenders are. And I think that's exactly what happened here. The defender closed on him quicker than he might have thought, knocks the ball loose, creating the takeaway.
Here's 1st and 10. Play action. Tagovailoa. A ball deep for the end zone. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner, and next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
On 2nd down, here's Tagovailoa. Again, working deep downfield. And he will go all the way. Jalen Waddle, touchdown Dolphins. A beautiful combination in the air there, the pass downfield, and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Sanders here for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Dolphins move out on top, 14-0. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Here's Craig Reynolds to return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Lions offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. Goff. First down throw there is incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
2 incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to 3rd down and 10. He'll let this one go long for Williams. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down.
He's trying to set the tone here for the rest of the game and let this defense know there is not a blade of grass on this field that you don't have to defend, because he reared back and he let that one eat. And he's got to work a little bit on his touch, a little bit on his accuracy, but I don't think he needs to work on his arm strength.
On the return, here's Washington. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. The Dolphins offense and receiver Jalen Waddle getting ready to go back to work. Their lead sits at 14-0 here in this second quarter, looking to run away with this one before halftime. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll motion the tight end Smith. They'll start on the ground. It's Achane. What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. Hill brought in motion. A play fake. Now Tua to throw. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Finally, this defense has been searching for a big play after giving up 2 touchdowns on the previous 2 drives. They're going to need more of that. They have to find more impactful plays that end drives and get the ball back to their offense.
They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Throwing is Tua. He's going to look deep for Tyreek. That's caught. And he will score. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown, Miami. 3rd down. My focus, Greg, was on picking up the 1st down. Forget that. They go down the field and in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and I don't think it was just your focus, Mike. I think in this case, it was the defense's focus. They're so worried about where that 1st down marker was that they allowed them to get that ball up and over the top for the deep strike touchdown.
Now Sanders on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Dolphins will stake themselves to a 21-0 lead. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. The return starts from the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on 1st down. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Down the field, he's got St. Brown. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. To throw is Goff. Got his man at the 6. And he'll be taken down. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to Miami after this. What an important sequence this is, trying to get one of those scores back before halftime in a great spot. First down and goal. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. The tight end, Sam Laporta, the intended receiver. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
You could just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and, man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway.
Hard running, close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him just short.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep.
Good blocking, and he's in. David Montgomery. Touchdown, Detroit.
Well, after being shut out in the first half, it has to feel good for this offense, Mike, to just get on the board, get something going. But now the question we have to ask is there enough time to come all the way back?
Yeah, just some belief, right, Greg? Just let's watch these guys on the next few drives. Did that give them a little belief that they can stay in this game? Best way to start with that score. Now Jake Bates on for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Lions get back in it. It is 21-7. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. On the return, Malik Washington. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Tyreek Hill getting ready for this next drive along with the rest of the Miami offense. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now, Tua. This one is intercepted by Carlton Davis.
You know, Mike, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded of the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you are going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Goff. To the outside, that's St. Brown.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
On second down, Goff. Brought in by the tight end, Sam Laporta. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. First and 10. Throwing here is Goff. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On play action, Goff. No chance at all. He'll go down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Now Goff. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Bates' kick is good. And the Lions cut the deficit a bit. The new score is now 21-10.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Very little time remaining in this first half as this kick is away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They will start it on the ground to run that clock. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Jack Campbell, the former first-round pick, there to wrap him up. So we hit halftime here in South Florida, and the Dolphins are in the lead. As we head north to Orlando, we're going to join the coach, Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our halftime report. The Dolphins got some strong play out of their quarterback, number 1, Tua Tagovailoa. He threw a first-quarter touchdown pass, then 2 more in the second quarter, a 3-touchdown half. And he may just be getting started.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Here comes a return from the 3. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. That's Amon-Ra St. Brown and the rest of the Detroit offense heading out for their next possession. And you see the numbers for him into this third quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open and electric throughout. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On the ground, Montgomery to start the drive. And the struggles in the running game continue. They take him down behind the line.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
A second down throw for Goff. It is caught left side by St. Brown. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
It's pretty well read there defensively. Anytime you throw these quick passes to the wide receivers, you're looking to pick your gain up after the catch. So let's give credit to the defense. Rally and tackle in space and keep that to a pretty modest gain.
From the gun, on third down, it's Goff. To the right side, that's St. Brown.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Here's the Lions punt team now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Dolphins offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. On play action, it's Tagovailoa. Looking for Berrios downfield. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
I'm not sure if it's this big lead or if it's just this second half pressure getting to him, but that's just a careless throw by the quarterback. And don't let this lead fool you. Throws like that can change this game in an instant, and this defense knows they gave him one and they let him off the hook.
And he'll bring this to about the 25. Brian Branch in on the tackle. Here's 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
So on 4th down, it's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. A fair catch will be taken here with that flag down by the punter, and this might keep the drive alive. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. In motion, it's Waddle. Off play action, it's Tua. That's caught downfield by Waddle. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 72 yards. Touchdown, Miami. Sanders here for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Dolphins will extend this third quarter lead. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Now return coming from the 7. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Lions offense ready to see what they can do. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Goff. He'll let this one go long for Williams. That is caught, and he'll be taken down.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
So after the big play to start, now we have 1st and goal. Now Goff. And he's in. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Touchdown, Lions.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. Bates now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Lions are able to cut the deficit. It's now 28-17. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Washington now to return it. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Now, Tua and the Miami offense head out for their next possession. And he's been as good as advertised. Take you through some of the highlights. 4 touchdown passes on point with his receivers right throughout and continuing to master running and executing this offense. Hill brought in motion. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Second and 7. Tua going to give it to Achane. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. A shotgun snap for Tua. He gets that complete to Berrios. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. Good for a Dolphins 1st down.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
Tua now on 1st down. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
To throw on 2nd down, it's Tua. He's going to air this one out, looking for Hill. To the goal line and in. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown, Dolphins. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. And he continues to remain on fire. That is a rare NFL day. 5 touchdown passes thrown.
And, Mike, at this point, the defense just looks completely lost out there. I mean, they have no answers whatsoever, giving up the 5th touchdown pass of this ballgame.
Now Sanders on for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Dolphins are able to extend the lead. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Lions offense and receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown set for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Patrick motioning here. He'll get this complete. It's Williams over the middle. They get 11 and quickly pick up a 1st down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. Goff. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. Goff to throw. This one intercepted. Picked off by Kendall Fuller. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It makes sense to try to push the ball downfield, Mike, and go to the air when you find yourself trailing by this deficit. But it also makes you very predictable. You see the defense, they're in nickel personnel, extra defensive backs on the field. It gets that much harder to throw when the defense knows it's coming.
The Dolphins offense ready for this next possession. Hey, Greg, this has been something to watch. Let's go through some of these highlights. Touchdown after touchdown after touchdown.
And this is one of those games where dreams are reality, Mike, and you just can't ever predict when you're going to have a game like today, where just every play call, every ball that you throw, every option that you have downfield is wide open and productive. It's pretty incredible, the ability for them to continue to have their way with this defense, because barring some sort of change from this secondary where they come up with some answers, I don't even think they're done scoring just yet.
On 1st and 10, it's Achane. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Man in motion is Berrios. Once again, it's Achane. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. They'll put a receiver in motion right. On 3rd down, they'll go with Achane. And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a 1st down. It's a first carry for the veteran, Raheem Mostert. Strong running there. Inside the 30. On the move with a gain of 9. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. A run up the middle with Achane. Achane, a 1st down, and then some. And he's going to take this all the way home. Devon Achane. Touchdown, Miami. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Sanders here for the extra point. He's got it. And the Dolphins will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Lions offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Here's Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face second down and 7. To throw is Goff. He'll go right back to Laporta. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
They'll look to set up the screen here. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
Open man downfield, it's Laporta. And he's going to be out of bounds down near the 25. It is a huge play for Detroit. 33 yards. Set to go now on 1st and 10. To throw is Goff. He's got it inside the 5. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Washington now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense and Tua Tagovailoa making their way back out. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. On the ground to start the drive, it's Achane. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. They'll stay on the ground with Achane, and he'll take this up, working towards the first down mark. He gets 5, but is just a little short of the first down. So a win here for the Dolphins. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Dolphins, home winners here as we say farewell from South Florida.